Hello everyone. So let us begin with the salt analysis, the second salt for this week. Okay. So we'll start with this part. Look at this salt. The given salt is somewhat like this. Fine. So from we will look forward for like which salt it is. Okay, which is the positive radical, which is the negative radical, or which is the acid radical or the basic radical, right? So let us begin with this. Now coming from this salt, come to this salt, look at the state that you see here. Is it crystalline or amorphous? So from the state you can see that it is not like powdered thing. It is having a kind of definite shape. It is sharp crystalline. So I consider this as crystalline. What about the color? Yes, it looks white. Presumably when it is white, we have to consider it as colorless. It's not pink, right? Yes. So two tests have to be written down. Okay. Take this test. State, what did you see? Was crystalline. Crystalline, right? So what does crystalline salt contains? It can contain chlorine, bromine, nitrate, sulfate, okay, magnesium, Mn plus 2, Al plus 3, etc. Right? Or it may be present. These radicals may be present. Similarly, color, it was colorless. So Ba plus 2, Mg plus 2, Al plus 3, NH4 plus may be present. Right? Okay. Now the next thing is the solubility test. What is the solubility test? We need to take this given salt, add water to it. Yes? We need to add water to it. Okay. For the solubility test, take a clean test tube, clean and dry, add small amount of salt to it, then add water to it. Then shake it vigorously. Yes. Now, do we see any salt here? Right? It's completely soluble, except for that small chunk there, right below. You can exclude that. But do you find that solution very clear? Yes. So I can consider that now it is soluble in water. So when it is soluble in water, again take out your journals. Right? Soluble water, it is soluble in water. So it is, when it is soluble in water, it should be crystalline salt. Right? So the preliminary test is done. Right? So we have concluded that it is a crystalline salt and it is colorless. These radicals might be present in that. Right? Okay. Now come to the next one, detection of your acid radical. Now for detection of acid radical, we have come to the group 1. So what is group 1? It is dilute H2SO4 test. Now in this test, what we need to do is, we need to take a test tube, add salt to it, and then add H2SO4 to it. That too, dilute H2SO4. And let us see what we get an observation here. Fine? Okay. Begin with this slide. I have taken a clean test tube now, clean dry test tube. taken small amount of salt to it, added. Now I need to add dilute sulfuric acid, right? Dilute sulfuric acid. Okay. Did you see any observation here? Right? There was no observation here. There was nothing to observe, right? So I conclude that there was no action. When there is no action, what can I conclude? Group 1 absent, right? Now our group 1 for acid radical is absent. Now let us go for the group 2 of acid radical. In that, what we need to do is, it is called as concentrated H2SO4 test. Now what we need to do here is, need to take salt and a drop of concentrated H2SO4. Now let us do this and record the observation that we see, right? Okay. So when I add salt and concentrated H2SO4, I observe, actually it should be seen that there should be 4 observations. First one is, okay, the first one is, the colorless gas will give you dense fumes when a glass rod is dipped in what? Concentrated, sorry, in NH4Cl, right? Okay, NH4Cl. Similarly, the second observation is, reddish brown colored gas gets evolved from this side. That will be the second condition. Third will be, there will be no action. If there is no action, then what we need to do? We need to add copper turnings to it, and then we need to heat it down. When we do this, we see a reddish, brown gas at the inner walls of the test tube. At the inner walls of the test tube. And the fourth thing is, even after doing that, even after adding your copper turnings and then heating it, we do not observe any observation there. Then I can conclude that there is no observation. So let us see what might happen here. So for timing, I have taken my concentrated H2SO4. Simultaneously, I have taken my ammonium hydroxide here. Okay. Let us see this one. I have taken a salt in a clean dry test tube, right? And a drop of concentrated H2SO4. Yes, fine. Then let us observe the first observation here. I have taken a glass rod and dipped in NH4OH. Let me see anything. Do we see here any colorless gas evolving? Right? No, right? I've just kept this glass rod above the test tube, opening of the test tube. Do we observe anything? No. Is there any brown gas at the inner wall of the test tube? No. Now what I need to do is, excuse me, I need to take copper turnings. Okay, just hold on. Okay, need to take this copper turnings, add 1. Yes. Okay, I've added 1 now. Keep it aside. You can see that copper turning, right? So in this test tube now contains my given salt, concentrated H2SO4 and my copper tunnel. Now in this I need to heat it down. Right? I need to heat it. So after heating, let me check what might happen here. Yes. Just a sec. Yes. Now take this, heat it. Heat it. Yes. And I've done this. Did you observe any brown gas at the inner wall of the test tube? No, right? Do we observe any brown gas here at the inner wall of the test tube? No. So I can conclude that this test is having no action. Salt plus drop of concentrated H2SO4, no action. So first, if this would have been present, the first action would be, see, when I have added salt and concentrated H2SO4, the first thing is it could have given me the white dense fumes. For when I have taken a glass rod dipped in NH4S and then I kept at the opening of the test tube, it should have given me the white dense fumes. The second was, in the cold condition only, without any heating, I had to get what? My brown colored gas coming out of it. This was the second condition. Even if that was not possible, then I had to add copper tin into it and then heat it. Then I had to get what? The reddish gas at the inner wall of my test tube. So all the three criterias, I didn't find any three observation in this salt. So I can conclude that no action. The group second is absent. Group 2 is absent. Right? So preliminary test is done. Detection of acid radical, group 1 is absent, group 2 is also absent. Come to the next thing, analysis for group 3. Now group 3 contains your sulfate. Now we need to do a test for sulfate, that is salt plus BaCl2. Salt plus BaCl2. Let us do this. Take your salt again. Clean test tube. Then we need to add your BaCl2. So it is nothing but your barium chloride. Right? Let me see what are the observations here. What is the observation that we are finding now? It is like white precipitate is being formed, right? White precipitate is being formed now. So when we have found this white precipitate, it should be insoluble in your dilute HCl. Okay, it should be insoluble in your dilute HCl. Now this is dilute HCl. it is. Did it get dissolved? No. So I can conclude that SO4 minus 2 is present, right? SO4 minus 2 is present. So come to our journals, back to our journals then. Yes. Fine? Okay. Now, salt plus BaCl2. What did we get? White precipitate insoluble in dilute HCl. Okay, so what can I conclude from my inference, from my observation in the inference part? I can conclude that SO4 minus 2 is present, right? Okay, so let us confirm this SO4 minus 2. Now what is the confirmatory test for SO4 minus 2? It is salt plus lead acetate. So let us do this part. Okay, salt plus lead acetate. So take a test tube, clean test tube, add a small amount to it of your salt to it. Okay, then take your lead acetate, see here, it's lead acetate. See the observation that you are getting now. Yes, what you are getting here is white precipitate. Am I right? Am I right? Okay. Okay, now we have the white precipitate. So in this white precipitate, what we need to do is we need to add hot ammonium acetate to it. When we add this, it should be soluble. When it is soluble, then I can confirm my SO4 minus 2 is present. So to do this, I need to take ammonium acetate, okay? And I need to boil it. Yes, that's it. It should be just hot. Then take my precipitate, add this. It should be soluble. Look at it. Yes, just vigorously shake it. It should be completely soluble. Just hold on. Okay. Yes. Did you see? It is completely soluble, right? So this white precipitate that we had obtained here, when I have taken salt and lead acetate, so white precipitate got completely soluble in hot ammonium acetate. So from this I can conclude that, gain my journals back, okay? From this I can conclude that white precipitate soluble in hot ammonium acetate. So SO4 minus 2 is present, right? SO4 minus 2 is present. So the acid radical, I have got it as SO4 minus 2. Now let us continue with the basic radical. Now when we do the basic radical, first we need to analyze zero group radical, that is nothing but ammonia. Now to do this, take a test tube, take salt plus dilute NaOH, boil it, and let us see the observation, right? Okay. Again the same thing, take salt, yes, then NaOH, zero. Yes, then I need it to be boiling, right? I should boil it. Again, take the burner here. Ignite it. Yes, done. Just a sec. Yes, I've ignited it. Then simultaneously you need to take your hydrochloric acid as well. I'll show you why. Take a glass rod with that. Keep the glass rod dipped in HCl. Okay. Now take your test tube holder. Insert it. Okay. Then with your test tube holder, just boil it. Yes, when you have just boiled it, take your glass rod that has been dipped in your this one HCl, and then place just above the openings. Do you see any dense fumes coming out? No, right? And when I smell this gas that is being coming out from this section, this test tube, I see that there is no such smell, no pungent smell coming out of it. So from here I can conclude that my basic radical is, okay, basic radical or zero group, no pungent smelling gas. So zero group is absent. Right? So zero group will be my absent. So now we need to come for the preparation of my original solution. That is nothing but OS. Now how OS is prepared? We need to check for this part. Solubility. It was soluble in water, right? It was a crystalline salt. So crystalline salt will be soluble in water. If it was amorphous, then it will be soluble in dilute HCl. So now it is a crystalline salt. So it will be soluble in water. So for this OS, I need it to take. I have to prepare this OS in a little bit, huge quantities also. Salt plus water soluble OS is prepared, right? So let me prepare my OS first. I'll take again a clean test tube, add salt to it, then add water. Yes, look at this, right? Just shake it a little bit, shake it a little bit. See this? Whatever you have prepared it now, that becomes my OS. Okay? I have prepared my OS. Come to my identification of basic radical. First thing, OS plus dilute HCl. Okay? Let me see this. Okay, sorry, I need to take OS, right? I'll take OS, the OS that I've prepared now. Taken OS, then what I need to do is add dilute HCl to it, right? I'll just add dilute HCl. Is there any formation of precipitate? No. So group 1 is absent. No precipitate. Group 1 is absent. Group 2, in that add H2S. There should be no precipitate. Okay. Take this. Add H2S2. Okay, I've taken your OS, added your dilute HCl, then in this I have freshly prepared H2S. See, look at this. Did you observe any precipitation? No, right? Okay. So from this I have concluded that there is no precipitate when I've added OS plus dilute HCl plus H2S. So group 2 is also absent. Now let us look at this one. What it is? OS plus NH4Cl plus NH4OH. Okay. Excuse me. From the observation, let us look what observation we might get now. Again, clean test tube, small amount of OS, then NH4Cl, right? Here we have my NH4Cl. Then add NH4Cl to it. Yes, okay. Then what I need to add? NH4OH. Yes. Did you see this? We are having some precipitate that is something gelatinous to us, right? White. It is white in color and is somewhat gelish in color. I'll just show you. It is just gelatinous. Yes, just like a gel. Right? Okay. From this part, I can conclude that white, gelatinous precipitate is obtained. So group 3 present. So group 3 is present. Now group 3 contains what? your Al plus 3 or Fe plus 3. So this, in between these two, our radical might be here itself, right? So let us go for the analysis of group 3, because why? Group 3 was present here, right? Group 3 was present here, so we need to analyze group 3. Now the same thing, OS plus NH4Cl plus NH4OH. What did we observe here? It was white gelatinous precipitate, right? The same thing till smell of ammonia. So it is white gelatinous precipitate. So here I can conclude, directly write it as, white gelatinous precipitate. Al plus 3 may be present. Now the next is confirmatory test for my Al plus 3, right? Okay, for that confirmatory test, what it is should be done? OS plus NaOH, drop wise. Now Na that you are doing, adding, it should be in the drop wise. So here again, take your OS, I've taken my OS. Now I need to add this dropwise, right? I need to add it dropwise. Yes, just a sec. NaOH need to be added dropwise. Just take this, add a drop. Yes. Now do you see white gelatinous pipette now? Right, white gelatinous pipette is being formed here. Yes, can you look at this? Okay, now look at this when I add in excess. When I add NaOH in excess, a little bit more. Right? Now look at this. It got completely dissolved. It got completely dissolved, right? Yes. From this I can conclude that white gelatinous precipitate dissolved in excess of NaOH. From this I can conclude that Al plus 3 is confirmed. So my basic radical is Al plus 3 and acid radical is SO4 minus 2. Right? Now we need to write the report. Positive radical is what? Al plus 3. Negative radical was, which it was? SO4 minus 2. Right? Okay. The formula for the given salt will be now Al2SO4 thrice. Name of the salt will be aluminium sulfate. Right? Now I'll tell you a shortcut trick how to write this aluminium sulfate in the formula thing. Right? Now Al plus 3 is written as like this. SO4 minus 2 is written as like this. You take this minus 2, write it here. Take this plus 3, write it here. So how it becomes? Al2, right? Plus 2. Then this one, SO4, is one thing, right? So for the rice, right? This is how you write your formula for the aluminum sulfate. Okay. Okay. Thank you.